Gentleman from Alabama is recognized for 2 minutes.
I thank the gentleman. I think we can all agree on some things. I think Mr. Waxman would agree, Mr. Moran, and all. And that's number one, is that we want to preserve American jobs if we can. But I think number two, we don't want to compromise our health standards. And there's been a lot of talk today about we either have to do one or the other, but I think we can do both. Now, if you look at the EU, which passed what they call the gold standard on emissions from cement plants, they determined that mercury, they could bring it down to 0.05. Well, what has the EPA said? They've said they want to bring it down to 0.01. That's 5 times more restrictive than Europe. 0.5, which is the European standard, is about 4 times more strict than Mexico. And I think we all agree, even the EPA said we'd close 20% of our factories, but we would get that cement, according to the Congressional Budget Office, from Mexico, which is polluting our air and does not have nearly the standards we have. So if mercury is a problem, why would we shift production to something that is 4 times more dangerous than even the European Union? On the other hand, when the European Union, which are the strictest on environment standards in the world now, why are their standards so bad? They don't go below this. One reason with mercury is it is naturally occurring. There's a debate over whether it's 60 or 40, but let me say this, at 0.01, it's actually more severe than what is naturally occurring in some of the supplies. Yes, I have a vested interest. The second largest employer in my second biggest county is a cement plant. The largest employer in one of my cities of 20,000 people is a cement plant. Those jobs won't exist. They're willing to spend $350,000, but in an industry that only had $2 billion worth of revenue, there's no way they can spend $10 billion. Let's restore a little sanity, and we can do that. Common sense dictates that we can have jobs and we can have safety, and we can do that not by these onerous standards on hydrochloric acid and other things. I would like unanimous consent to introduce that law.
Without objection. So ordered.